Hey, there's a box. How do I flip the script? Boom! Coming live from the basement. This is Corey. And this is Hero Parking. Soon to be joined with us is the most famous Ben of all, Ben Dunn. What? So then he needs to comment, and then I add him. And then I add him. Hey! There he is. Bring him in. There you are.
Bam.
That's quite crisp. I like it. So much to talk about right now. So much. We're going to start out with the leak, the cameo leak of Peter Parker appearing in Venom. Thoughts?
Yep. Not Spider-Man, supposedly. I think very strange, actually, I'm going to say. I did not expect that it would connect to the MCU. I'm still a little doubtful of what exactly is going to happen, but I'm not saying they can't pull it off, because I've been wrong many times before.
Right, and if it is Peter Parker, are we going down the path of like high school Peter Parker and Tom Hardy? Tom Hardy as Venom doesn't fit the role of a high schooler. So where are we going with this?
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking of that too, because how can he like hate him? He's like, I don't know, 30s, 40s ish.
Unless we go like Spider-Man Tobey Maguire version, where Venom, Topher Grace, he meets him in Daily Planet. But then that doesn't make sense because then you're backtracking in time.
There's not even a Mary Jane to capture.
I know. I don't know.
Him. I honestly don't. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm okay with it.
He kind of looks like a reporter in some of the trailers or clips I've seen, with like a little notebook that says a bunch of stuff, and so I'm wondering if it has to do with like the what's the paper? Is it the Bugle?
Yeah.
Daily Bugle? Is that Spider-Man's paper? Okay, I wasn't sure.
How dare you not know that?
I
yes, the Daily.
I'm outie. Anyways, so I question myself.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird because I'm really excited. Like you said, it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so it's not going to be bad. But the only thing that another thought that made me think was like the trailers and everything that is seen with Venom is very dark tone-ish, very like down, and like Tom Holland is a completely different Spider-Man and very uppy. So how they're going to do that is very. I mean, you got to also think it's a cameo, so he's not going to be in here very long either. It's probably going to maybe be at the end of the film where like how he finally meets him, maybe because Venom looks like more of an origin story. So
he would already have met him though. If they go, well, I don't even know how they're going to do this, but usually Spider-Man has it first, and then he gets it second. So, I can't think of Venom's name right now. Help me out.
Brock? Is it Brock?
Brock?
Not Brock.
No.
I can't think of it.
Anyways.
Gosh! I feel bad about it now.
So, I mean, he gets it first. Spider-Man has to have it work first. That's why he has the Spider-Man logo and webs. So, if he didn't have it first, I don't understand how that would exactly work. I mean,
I don't either.
They can do what they want, but
unless they flip the script.
The rumor was he was on set for 2 days, so he shot whatever he was supposed to in 2 days, and supposedly it will not be Spider-Man. He will not be in the costume. It will just be Peter Parker.
Interesting. I mean, I'm excited because I mean, who doesn't want more Tom Holland and other things? It's great. I'm just confused on exactly what we're doing here. That's all.
All right. Connecting it to the MCU? Maybe. Yeah. I feel like it's hi Patty.
Hi, Patty.
I feel like it's Marvel like throwing Sony a lifeline, kind of.
I feel
But
like it too.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about the whole horror superhero movies. Not a big
Right.
fan of scary movies myself, but we'll see.
Yep, I agree. I'm confused, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do. So that's my opinion. Moving on to the next subject. Pepper.
Of different rumors we've heard. Who knows?
Yeah.
Is 100%
Go ahead,
true.
you announce it.
But Gwyneth Paltrow had a interview with Stephen Colbert, and he asked the question, "Were you in a suit with ping pong balls all over it, pointing your hand at someone?" And she answered yes. So that kind of means she could be wearing an Iron Man suit or an Iron Woman suit, and that would mean her character, I believe, with the suit on, is Rescue.
Yeah.
Which would be, I mean, who doesn't want to see Pepper Potts fire some, Iron Man lasers or whatever, missiles or who knows what at villains?
I'm all in for that. That's exciting. That's awesome to me. I think it'll be amazing to watch.
I love the banter, the relationship between her and Tony Stark.
Me too.
And
fantastic.
When she's not in movies with him, it's like just a little bit like not there. Like I feel like she needs to be. Like I was super pumped when she was in Spider-Man. Like I was super happy about that.
But it also makes you wonder, like, what's her role in if Iron Man, poof, like if he gets killed off.
No, don't.
What if he does? Or is that more of a reason to say he's not going to die because Pepper Potts is around?
Well, I mean, he's not going to die. I mean, okay, if you watch,
he's going to eventually die, but you don't think it's going to be in this one, though, right?
Well, if you go back to our other videos, I say everyone dies, but they all come back.
Right.
But staying that way won't happen in this movie. It will. This second one will determine who's gonna stay not with us. Sadly, I don't want to say it. Makes me tear up a little bit.
Just a little. Because the end of one of the greatest superhero characters that an actor ever portrayed ever. Like, think about that.
Right.
Like, who you think of Spider-Man? There's been several actors that play Spider-Man. You think of all these different characters. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, hands down, is the best, in my opinion, character development, character down superhero version ever. Period. I know he was starting to cry, wasn't he? Just a little. He was a little bit. He was holding back though. Good man. Because I probably would cry if I seen Spider-Man.
I mean, it's all started with Tony, and this is a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of it's the final chapters of all 20 some films, I think.
Right.
So it's just this is a huge. It's going to be huge. I mean,
it's like that one. It's like, in a weird way, it's like watching somebody grow up over film and being like, he's done. Like, that's it. Like, we've seen him from day one, and the first Iron Man was released when? How many years ago?
No, he's done. We do not know.
Dude,
and
I'm telling you. It's freaking Marvel. They're going to nail it, and they're going to be like, oh, Marvel, you did it again. You nailed it, and you took him away, and you did it in such a beautiful way, and then we just cry in the theater for days.
Yeah, but if I think about it, if he does go past these movies, and I totally want him to, don't get me wrong, but if he does, will it be how will they end his career better than right now?
That's a good point. It's a really good point.
Have you seen? I'm just gonna toss another thing out there that we haven't talked about.
Go
Have you
ahead.
seen the rumors on Infinity War where they're like supposedly going back in time? Like I'm
No, I
pretty
have
sure
not.
to the first Avengers movie.
Really?
Yeah, and they have pretty good proof of it. They have they have Thor with long hair in his original suit. They have
No
Tony in his.
way.
They have Cap in his. And Loki, I'm pretty sure. I feel like one more, but I can't remember. So they're gonna do a flashback to the
Okay,
first
that's what I
movie.
was going to say. Is it going to be a flashback, or is it going to be like
Well,
they have to
sorry,
go back in
sorry.
time?
I'm sorry. The rumor that I read is they're using the time stone to go
Okay.
back in. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know how. I don't know if they're same. Like I don't know if there's two Iron Mans and two Thor. Like I don't know how all that works. But
Don't even
yeah,
start.
I don't
Oh,
even know. Or if they're just their same person back then, but they know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Don't ask me.
hmm.
I have no clue. But one thing I do know is I love time travel.
Me too.
Anything. Because
Me
it's
too.
awesome. You throw in time
Especially
travel,
if you can.
I'm basically in. I don't even care if it's terrible. I'll watch it.
Yep. Absolutely. That's why I think our love for the Flash on the CW is such a thing because time
Oh,
travel is amazing. It's so fun, and it's one of my favorite parts of movies. So, yeah.
that's why I would ultimately probably pick the Flash's powers if I could choose powers, because I'd either want to time travel or fly, and there you go. Might as well time
Right.
travel and super fast.
You hate it. How can you hate it? How dare you? How do you hate it? Stop. Just stop. Anyway, and then I think our final thing that we were going to talk about was
She hates that it
what?
might be the end. She hates that it might be the end of Tony.
I hate it because they can literally change every storyline. That's a
Oh,
good point.
she doesn't like in her defense, she doesn't like the Flashpoint. Now, hang on. The Flashpoint, the way the CW hang on, the Flashpoint the way that the CW did it. And I don't mind that because they just skipped over Flashpoint and showed how it jacked up everything, which I understand. And she doesn't like that.
Right.
Which I get that. It's fine. But the Flash is awesome as well. So
I see what you mean though, because like you could basically rewrite every mistake in writing if you're doing a terrible storyline. Just like,
right.
that never happened.
It's like what Fox did with Days of Future Past.
True.
Terribly.
True.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Because going into that didn't make. But let's not go there. Anyways,
Speaking of terrible,
it was amazing.
speaking of terrible, and quite surprised by, we both watched the second episode of Black Lightning.
Hang on, Tom Hardy. Yes, Cassandra.
Tom Hardy's playing
Tom
Venom.
Hardy, who she likes a lot.
Well, duh.
Give
Tom
some
Hardy's an
claps.
amazing actor.
Give some claps there, Cassandra. Give some hearts. There you go. Okay.
Perfect.
Now what were we saying?
Okay. Speaking of terrible, we sat down and watched the second episode of Black Lightning, and if I could say, and he watched the third one. I didn't even get to the third one.
There's the heart.
Yeah, thank you. Black Lightning was quite disappointing and really, really upsetting.
Okay, if you remember, the first episode we both thought had a lot of potential. We watched the second episode, and it threw all that potential in the garbage can and decided to stomp on it and then lit it on fire. They went the directions that we noted in the first review that we thought would be terrible, which was going down the whole garbage drama path, which they totally, full-heartedly went down.
Yep.
And just jacked it all up.
And my biggest problem with the whole thing, and I told Ben, is that they take a character, Lala, who's supposed to be a side villain that you're supposed to either love to hate or just despise, and they kill him. They take him and destroy him in the second episode. I don't know if we're supposed to be rooting for this big baddie guy that honestly is like he's a cool character, like I said in the first review, like he's cool. But the second episode made me go, what? Like what is
Yeah,
he? What are we
yes,
doing?
he could have been one of those characters where you either do not like him the entire time,
Yes.
or that he becomes someone you feel bad and end up liking in the end. But instead, in the second episode, they just wasted him,
Right.
and like two other people as well. And then they tried to be